so hot. And I was like, homie, I hate to break this to you, my man, but that's a catfish. He goes, yeah, you think? And I was like, yeah, I think that's catfish. He goes, why do you think that? I'm like, bro, just look at all of her photos. Like, all of them are mad low quality. Like, it's obvious she ripped these off Google. And he's like, oh yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but I don't know, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm like, okay. So he DMs her, and they start talking, and they end up talking all night into the morning. Like, I woke up the next day, and he was still on my couch texting her. I was like, bro, did you sleep? He's like, nah, man. I'm like, what have you been doing? He's like, just talking to, this girl. And I'm like, which one? He's like, the one I showed you last night. I'm like, bro, the catfish? He's like, dude, I don't think she's a catfish. Like, she has a Twitter and IG. She has all real followers, no botted followers. Like, you gotta check this out. And he immediately texts me a link to all of her social medias. And I start going through them. And upon looking at them, once again, she's a catfish. Her followers were definitely botted. She had like 10K on Twitter and got no likes. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, this is a catfish. Like, unmatch her. Go find someone that's real. I promise you it's not real. He goes, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't believe you. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. Your choice, right? So fast forward later that day, my friend leaves. He goes home. I'm alone in my apartment, on my computer, and I'm on Twitter. And I decided to do some research on this girl that my friend matched with and that he's been talking to for almost 24 hours straight. So I go on her Twitter, on my computer, and I start looking through her tweets. And I see on one of her tweets that she took a selfie with an iPhone.
I mean, I just put it on because I was just gonna hop on Twitter about my
It says Twitter for Android.
I guess it just,
that looks a lot like an iPhone in the photo. How is she on an Android tweeting the photo? So I sent it to my friend, and I'm like, yo, you still think this girl isn't a catfish? Like, low quality selfie, taken with an iPhone, and it says that it was tweeted with an Android. Meaning this girl has a different phone than what the one in the picture shows. So like, dude, it's not lining up. Like, I think you should just unmatch her and go on with your day. He's like, oh no, bro, don't worry, I already talked to her about that. She said she just has 2 phones.
Now I just need a Sigma and I get Dark Ether. Yeah, literally I could get Dark Ether today. I'm gonna get it today.
You flirt with Kevin Gates on Tinder? Like, what's going on?
To get the Sigma,
he's like, shut up, bro.
And that's it.
So anyway, fast forward a couple days later, he hits me up, and he's like, yo, man, you're right. I think she's a catfish. And I'm like, oh, where'd you get that conclusion? He's like, shut up. And I'm like, no, but for real, how'd you find out? Like, how'd you confirm it in your own mind? He's like, I don't know, man, like, every tweet she's posting, she's doing Twitter for Android, it's with an iPhone, and, like, she won't FaceTime me, and she won't Discord me or anything. And I'm like, yeah, man, I told you, it's a catfish. He's like, yeah, man. But the weird thing is, she wants to go on a date this weekend with me. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, she wants to go on a date this Saturday with me. I'm like, are you gonna go? Like, you obviously know it's a catfish. He's like, honestly, man, I want to see this thing through. I'm like, dude, a bad idea, man. Don't do it. He's like, bro, if I ask her to go on a double date, will you come with me, like with your girl? And I was like, bro, don't do it. He's like, come on, man. I'm like, whatever. If you can get her to agree to do a double date, I will happily bring my girl and go with you. Because at this point, I'm invested. I just want to see who this person is, like why they're catfishing you. I just want to know. And he goes, yeah, man, for sure. So fast forward an hour later, he hits me up. He's like, yo, we're in the clear. She said you can bring your date. We'll do a double date. I'm like, perfect, man. Sounds good. So at this point, I'm just exploding with excitement. I'm about to find out who this catfish is, if it's even a girl. Like, I don't know, I'm just stoked. And my friend, he wasn't so stoked because he knew that he was about to meet someone in real life that was not in the pictures on Tinder. So fast forward to Saturday, it's time for the date. I woke up like super late on this day. I woke up like an hour before I had to go on the date. So I jump up out of bed, I take a shower, I get ready, my girlfriend comes to my apartment, meets me there, and we're both just stoked. We're just excited to see how this situation unfolds. Like, obviously, it was most likely a catfish, like everything pointed to catfish, but we just wanted to know. So anyway, time for the date. Me and my girlfriend hop in her car, we drive over to my friend's house, we pick him up because he couldn't drive, and we start driving to the restaurant that we were meeting his date at. And the whole drive there, we're just mentally preparing. I look at my friend, I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do if we walk in there and it's the girl that's in the photos and you don't get catfished? He's like, homie, I'll be relieved. I'm like, okay, second question. What are you gonna do if we walk in there and it's a man older than both of our grandparents combined and he's built like Herbert from Family Guy? And my friend's like, dude, don't put that image in my mind. I'm like, yo, you're gonna walk in that restaurant, it's just gonna be an old man waiting at the table like, come here, grandson, give me a kiss. He's like, dude, fucking stop. I'm like, all right, fine. So yeah, after I torture him with awful jokes the whole car ride, we arrive at the restaurant, we walk inside, and there's no girl waiting for us at the front like she said she was gonna be. So we're really confused. We're like, yo, where's your date at? Did she stand you up? He's like, I don't know, man. And then as we're standing there waiting for this girl to show up, this old man walks up behind my friend and taps him on the shoulder. And I'm thinking he's an employee, right? I'm thinking he's about to be like, hey, like, let me get you a table. But no, my friend turns around And this old man, must have been like 70 years old, goes, hey, are you waiting for me? And my friend goes, no, I'm waiting for a girl. And he goes, no, I think you're waiting for me. And he pulls open his phone and shows him Tinder and shows him the profile of the girl that he was catfishing him with. And I'm like, oh my fuck. So I immediately asked this guy, I'm like, hey man, how old are you? He goes, 65. I'm like, holy shit. You catfished my friend and you're 65? He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, like, I didn't know how else to come out and say it. And then he looks over at my friend and he goes, I just want to meet you in person, face to face, you know, do you that as a favor and maybe see if you want to continue this or just go our separate ways. And my friend goes, bro, continue this? You're older than my fucking father, my grandfather. Dude, I'm not continuing this, you fossil. And me and my girl just look at each other like, what the fuck did he just say? Did he just call this old man a fossil? Like, I was lost for words. I'm like, yo, John, chill out, man. Like, let's just leave. He's like, yeah, let's go. And we leave the restaurant, we go back to our place, and I'm just at my apartment with John and my girlfriend, and John's just like, yo, I can't believe that just happened. I'm like, John, you and me both, man. He's like, bro, I'm never not gonna listen to you again. Like, I don't know how I didn't think that was a catfish to begin with. And I'm like, honestly, man, I don't know how you didn't either, but, you know, at least you know now. He's like, yeah, I had to learn the hard way. I found out it's a man older than my grandfather. I'm like, yeah, I mean, like I said, built like Herbert. But I just can't believe this old catfish was capable of using social media. Like, he was running a Twitter and IG, all these social medias all at the same time, all to convince people that he was legit. But, yeah, sadly we found out the hard way that he wasn't. But it's not at all a sad ending, because fast forward a few months later, my friend found a different girl, and they're still together to this day. So it kind of had a happy ending. He just had to meet a really creepy old guy catfish to, you know, find the girl of his dreams. But yeah, guys, that's the story time of how she got caught on 4K, or he, for that matter. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Leave your story time in the comments down below.
What's up, Damien? Like day, Jason? I was getting warmed up.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Wait, hold up.
Time for the signal, my last gun.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin FFA here, or
I only
Luna.
need...
Wait, hold on. My voice is too deep now for that. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin FFA here, or Luna. Today I felt like going through a time machine and becoming 15 years old again. Hope you enjoy this video. I don't like how natural that just sounded. But anyway, yeah, if you want, leave a comment on this video telling me what my next intro should be, and maybe yours will get picked. But yeah, guys, today's story time, in my opinion, is a very good one, very insane one. I was waiting to tell this for a long time, and yeah, I gotta choose my words carefully, because I'm not trying to get demonetized when I talk about this, but yeah, leave a like on this story time if you enjoy this. I want to see more stories like this.
Oh, this is gonna be paying to level up this gun.
And let's just jump right into today's story time. So this story time takes place in 2015. Okay, now 2015, I was back and forth between two different schools. Sometimes I was at my main high school, and other times I was at this like side school where they would send me for skipping too much. It was kind of like a bad kid school. They would basically just send people there that were not good at their main schools, whether it was they skipped too much or got in fights or, you know, whatever gets you in trouble at school. I mean, I don't really need to explain it. But yeah, I was at this school one day, just hanging out, doing my working class, and my principal called me into her office. And I sit down, and I had never met this lady a day in my life. I didn't know if she was going to be really nice or really mean. And if you could guess, at a school like this, she was very, very...
Why'd he stop it?
Yo guys, what's
very, very what?
Very, very what? Baxter!
What? Oh my god.
Go back to the old video! She was very, very what?
Now, if you guys are wondering, I do have a whole entire playlist on my channel on how to get weapons gold, and every single day I'll be uploading.
I just need to know how to level up this gun faster. I'll put up the video after I finish it.
So, if you guys have been trying to level up your RPGs,
thank God the RPG was so much easier to do than the Sigma and the M79. Minus aerial streaks, but I'll cover how to do those extremely fast and efficiently. Struggling with, you can do so very easily. The best game modes to do the RPG straight up is Nuketown 24/7 to get your eliminations and your aerial streaks. The best game mode to do your ground streaks extremely fast is going to be Fire Team 30 Bomb. Make sure you have Engineer as one of your perks so you can see enemy equipment, vehicles.
I couldn't finish, I'm sorry, bro. I had no boost. I know boost!
But that's a pretty niche community of people that will level up zombie weapons first before multiplayer.
Hi.
There is a total of 7 camo category challenges with 5 camos in each for a total of 35.
Body catcher. Soul snatcher. And I'm on another.
If you are
These kids are so mad, bro.
When we cover that challenge specifically. And the best way to level it up is either going to be playing Fireteam Dirty Bomb or 24/7. If you are a zombies player, you can level it up extremely fast in zombies.
Way, yeah, you're fine.
But that's a pretty niche community of people that will level up zombie weapons first.
Body catcher.
What am I doing?
I'm not excited for this. Ooh, there's a new cutscene. Oh yeah, never mind. It's this cutscene. I've seen this cutscene. I like this cutscene.
What a save!
Basher, go back to the overview.
I'm going.
Go back to
This is what virtual care with doctors and therapists looks like with United Healthcare.
It just very mean. I sat down and I was getting in trouble because I was late to class too many times that week. And she was like, Austin, why are you late every single day? And I was like, because I'm bad with time. And she was like, that's not an excuse. Don't be late. If you're late again, you're getting kicked out of here. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And I leave. Now listen, she was right. I was very late very often, so I understand her frustration. But at the same time, it was our first ever interaction. I thought she would like cut me some slack or something. But from that day forward, I knew that my principal was not very nice, and if I did anything else that was bad, she would kick me out of school. And getting kicked out of that school was like getting kicked out of school entirely. Like, you get sent to this school if you get kicked out of your main school. So if you get kicked out of the bad kid school, you're pretty much screwed. Like, you have to find an entirely different school to go to and go, you know, make all new friends, and you're never getting back into your old school again. So yeah, now I was pretty worried. I knew that I couldn't mess around anymore. I had to like really get on my shit and like focus and get good grades because I wasn't trying to get kicked out.
Yeah, Boozy, just solo them for a second. I just need to make myself some popcorn. And we're winning by 2, so okay, there you go. You don't have to solo anymore.
Keep walking.
You almost read that. Oh, his teammate left.
Yep.
Body catcher, sideways, soul snatcher. Body catcher. Oh, he's left. Krabby Patty wins.
Oh yeah, easy. Alright, I'm gonna get off.
Okay, what about some 20?
I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, you're really just gonna leave it like that?
Yeah. Go to Michael or something. Go to Michael or something. Hey, Max.
I'm back.
Of my temporary school and then never be able to get back into my main school ever again. So yeah, I was being good at this point, okay? I was trying to get to class on time, just do my work, and just kind of, keep my head down and not get in any trouble. But sadly, one day came where all of that changed. A week later, I'm in class, just sitting at my desk, doing my work, and I had this friend in school there, okay? Let's just call him Ethan. Ethan was sitting right next to me at my table like he always would, and Ethan was a much more, troublemaking type of kid than I ever could be. He got in trouble probably once a day at this school. I don't know how he didn't get kicked out. He was just always getting in trouble. But he reaches over and he taps me on the shoulder, and I look over, and I'm like, what's up, man? He goes, yo, after class, I have to show you something, but you have to promise me to not tell anybody. Now, immediately this catches me off guard. I'm like, okay, what could he possibly want to show me that is so insane that I can't tell anybody about it? So I ask him, I'm like, yo, what are you about to show me that's so insane that I can't tell anybody about it? He's like, bro, I just have to show you. I can't even tell you about it. You just have to see it for yourself with your own eyes. I'm like, homie, is it bad? He's like, let's just say if the principal finds out that we know about this, we're getting kicked out of school immediately. So on that note, I'm like, nah, man, I'm sorry. I can't even look at it. If I get kicked out of school, I'm fucked. He goes, bro, you'll be fine. Just come with me to the bathroom after class. I'll show you real quick, and then just never speak about it to anyone, and you'll be fine. So at this point, the way that he's hyping it up, I'm just so curious. So I think to myself, okay, I'll just stay quiet about it. Whatever it is, I won't tell anyone, the secret won't get out, it'll be fine, right? So fast forward, class ends, the bell rings, everybody leaves, everyone goes out into the hallway, and I follow my friend to one of the bathrooms, and we go in the bathroom, and he immediately opens up his phone, and he starts going through his messages, and he clicks on a link that some friend of his sent him, and it's a link to a website I've seen before. It starts with a P, ends with hub.com. I'm not going to say it in fear of getting demonetized, but they have videos on there that are not meant for YouTube, to say the least, okay? And I look at this video, and immediately I recognize somebody in it. I recognize somebody that I just talked to about a week prior. My principal. My principal was in a P-Hub video with her husband or boyfriend or whoever. They had a whole account with multiple videos, and they were basically just full-blown P-stars, pretty much. They were just, very well-known people on that website. Now listen, my principal wasn't old or anything. It's not like she was in her 60s or 70s, but she was, in her 40s. So I didn't assume that that's something she would even be up to doing. So after he shows me this video, I'm in just pure disbelief. I'm in shock. I'm like, yo, put that away. Don't ever show anybody that. If she finds out that we know about that, we're done. He goes, I know, bro. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm like, okay, man, whatever. Just don't ever speak about this. He's like, don't worry, man, I won't. Isn't that crazy, though? I'm like, yeah, that's insane. He's like, she's kind of bad, though, right? I'm like, bro, just go to your next class. This man, Ethan, was always down bad, okay? I can't even explain. He was down bad before the phrase down bad became a thing. I don't even want to go into detail about him. But anyway, so after he shows me this, I'm on high alert mode. I make sure to not speak of that to anybody because that kind of information is so sensitive that if I tell anybody at school, it'll just get out to everyone, and then I'll just get expelled and be done with forever. So I think that's the end of it, right? I think that I'll just stay quiet, I won't tell anybody, I'll keep it a secret, and it'll never get out there, and I'll be fine. But sadly, that wasn't the case. It couldn't just go smoothly. So fast forward to the next day, after my friend tells me about this video, I walk into school, and one of my friends, a different friend, not Ethan, walks up to me and goes, yo, so that video of our principal, that's crazy, right? I was like, what? How do you know about that? He's like, oh, Ethan told me. So immediately I run down the hallway, I find Ethan, I'm like, yo, why are you telling people? He's like, bro, relax, I told 2 people, including you, don't worry about it. I'm like, homie, stop telling people. The more people you tell, the more people they're gonna tell, and then we're gonna be fucked. He's like, bro, don't worry about it. So fast forward later that day, 3 hours later, I go to lunch. I sit down at my lunch table. My entire lunch table is talking about it, including Ethan. Ethan told everybody at our lunch table. That's 6, 7 people right there. I'm like, yo, Ethan, stop fucking telling people. It's too late now, it's gonna be everywhere. He's like, bro, these are really trustworthy people, we'll be fine. Sure enough, 2 hours later, an announcement comes on while I'm in class, and it says, Ethan and Austin to the principal's office, please? Yeah, I knew I was done. I get up, I start walking down the hallway with Ethan. I look at him while we're doing the walk of shame, and I'm just like, yo, why would you tell people? You know what this is about. Like, why would you tell people? And he was like, yeah, man, you're right, bro. Like, you're right. So we get to the principal's office, and we sit down in the office, and our principal is just giving us a death stare. Like, she looks pissed. And she goes, so, I guess you guys found my videos online. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, Austin, did you tell anybody about this? And I was like, no. And she goes, really? Because a young gentleman that I just interviewed that's in one of your classes said that you and Ethan are the ones that found the videos and started showing them to people. And I was like, no, that's not the case. Like, I did not. And she goes, really? Because that's what I heard. And Ethan goes, listen, I found the video. I showed Austin first, and then I told more people. Austin didn't tell anybody. He was actually the one telling me not to tell people. So please, if you're going to get anyone in trouble, don't blame Austin. Now, that was a nice thing to hear. It was nice to know that Ethan wasn't about to, like, throw me under the bus for something that I didn't do, and he took all the fall for it. And yeah, my principal immediately tells me, okay, Austin, you can leave. So I get up and I leave. And I was just so worried for Ethan. I was like, yo, what's going to happen to him? Like, is he about to get expelled? And here's what happened to him. He got a lunch detention. 1 lunch detention. Because basically what he was doing wasn't wrong. It's not like he was, you know, doing anything in school that was bad. He was just telling people about videos. But he admitted to watching the videos in the school, and he was also late to class every single day that week, so she hit him with a lunch detention to try and give him some form of punishment. But yeah, in the end, we didn't get in a ton of trouble, so that's good. But yeah, moral of the story is, I guess don't be like Ethan. Do your best in school, I don't know. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time and found it to be crazy like I did. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace. What's good, guys? It's Austin here with World Luna. So today's story time is a scary story, okay? Now, it's not like the type of scary, like in that one story I told a while back about that girl I went on a Tinder date with who was like crazy and did black magic. Not like that. This is a whole different type of scary. Like, I've dealt with people showing up at my front door in the middle of the night. I've dealt with stalkers, and nothing really put fear into me like this did. So this story time takes place in 2016, okay? Now, 2016 was a really awesome year for me, I can't lie. I think a lot of people would agree that 2016 was a pretty good year, but for me specifically, it was like an insanely good year. It was like the first year where YouTube was doing like insanely well for me, and I was just stoked on it. Like, life in general was pretty good, and I had this girlfriend at the time, okay? Now, at this time, I had just started dating her, like, very, very recently, and we dated for a total of 2 months, okay? Now, in that 2 months, this had to be one of the worst relationships I've ever been in my entire life. Like, so much just like arguing, like manipulation from her, and things that were just not fun to deal with. So finally, after 2 months of it, I just realized, like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I staying in this relationship that I don't have to be in? Like, fuck this. So it all reached a breaking point one day. We were just sitting in my house and we started arguing about something stupid, and finally I just said it. I was like, we're not good for each other. Like, I think we should break up. And I said it very nicely, and she did not like that. She was like, why don't you want to see each other, Austin, huh? Why are you breaking up with me? You got somebody else lined up already? You cheating on me behind my back? And I was like, no, I just think that we're not good for each other. So, yeah, we're done. And she starts getting angry and like cussing at me, and just overall not being very nice, okay? So finally I'm like, all right, like, enough, like, just leave, please. And I basically nicely kick her out of my house. She didn't like that either. She threw a bunch of my stuff from her car onto my front lawn, and then peeled off, drove away, and that was the last I saw of her. Or at least I thought that was the last I was going to see of her. But she popped back into my life a week later, and she does this in the most mysterious way possible. I get a text one morning saying, hey Austin, please call me ASAP. And it sounded very, very, very urgent. So I call her up, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she goes, Austin, I just need to talk to you in person as soon as possible about this. And I was like, what is it? Just tell me right now. She goes, no, we need to be face to face. Like, I just need someone here with me right now. And I was like, what's going on? Are you okay? And she starts crying. Like, she bursts into tears, crying. So without hesitation, I'm like, all right, I'll be right there. Hang tight. So I immediately go to her house.
Bro, like, there's like 500 teammates around me. Stop trying to finish me so bad.
She was home alone. She's just sitting there on her couch crying. And I sit down next to her and I give her a hug. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, what's up? And And she goes, I don't know, I just, like, I can't handle this breakup. Like, I really want you to stay with me. Like, can you please just reconsider us breaking up? Like, can we stay together? And I was trying to explain this in the nicest way possible, because when someone's crying, it's hard to say no to them. But I knew that it wasn't good for us to date. So I was like, listen, like, I just don't think it's a good idea. Like, we're arguing constantly. I'm sorry this is affecting you so much, but, like, I'll still be your friend. Like, whenever you need me, I'm here. Just not in a boyfriend way. And she was like, well, can you please reconsider that? Like, I really think you need to. Like, she said it real concerning. She's like, I think you need to reconsider it. And her face got super serious. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna, but I'm sorry. So after we talked for like 30 minutes and she stops crying and I calm her down, I leave. Because I thought that's all she wanted was just, you know, some comfort because she was sad about our breakup. But right when I leave her house and I go back to my house, I sit down on the couch and I turn on Netflix and I'm just watching something. I get a text message from her, right? Just saying 2 words that I did not want to see. Just out of nowhere, I'm pregnant. And my whole world just shatters. Now listen, me having a kid one day is not off the table, okay? I have no problem with having a kid when I'm ready. But I was not ready to have a kid at 17 years old. So I just reply to her and say, what? Are you kidding? And she goes, no, please come back. So I have to go back to her house because she couldn't tell me in person at first. And I get there and I walk in and she's crying again. And she goes, that's what I want to tell you. Like, I wanted to tell you all along, but I didn't know if I could do it. So I just chickened out the first time. Like, I hope you're not mad at me. And I was like, no, I'm not mad at you, but like, are you being serious? Like, you're actually pregnant? And she was like, yeah, I am. I was like, you took a test and everything? She was like, yeah. Now, obviously, her crying and the way she said it, it sounded extremely convincing. Like, I believed her. But at the same time, it was just unbelievable because we never did anything without protection. And also, like, we only dated for 2 months. Like, it just did not seem possible to have that happen so quickly. So, like, I was just dumbfounded. So she tells me she took a pregnancy test, and I believed her, but I also just didn't believe it at the same time. I was so lost for words. I was basically silent the whole time she told me. So, like, a week goes by after she tells me, right? I just couldn't believe it. I go about my week, and I tell my dad about it, and he's, like, also just dumbfounded. And he's like, well, at least you're making money now, so you can afford it. I was like, yeah, I guess that's one positive thing about it, but I also really don't want a kid right now. And he's like, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't want that either. So fast forward a couple more weeks, she's telling me about like her plan and like how we're gonna tell my mom and my dad about it together and how we're gonna tell her parents. And I'm just like in shock. Like, I'm not ready for a baby. Can you imagine a small Luna running around right now? Like, I couldn't. So yeah, I was just in complete shock at the thought of that. So a week later, I just still couldn't believe it. And I decided to text her and I was like, listen, can you call me? She was like, yeah. So she calls me up and I'm like, listen, I believe you about you being pregnant, but I think we should do another test just to be sure. And she was like, Austin, I already did one. Like, it said positive. Like, I'm pregnant. I was like, no, like, I want to see this. Like, I want you to do it and then bring the test out to me and show me the results. And she goes, okay, like, fine. I was like, all right, cool. She goes, I'll get the test. I'm like, no, don't worry. I'm already on my way. Like, I'll get one. So I go to this pharmacy, I buy one, I go to her house, I hand it to her, and she looks really nervous for some reason. And I'm like, all right, like, whatever. She's probably just nervous to see a result again. So she goes in the bathroom, she does it, she brings it out, we wait. Guess what? Guess what this test says after we're done waiting and we get the result? Yeah, not fucking pregnant. Well, it didn't exactly say not fucking pregnant on the test. It was just, you know, negative for pregnancy. But I cannot explain the relief I had. But at the same time,
go
I also
to
had
another
my
window?
doubts.
Like,
so I brought 2 with me, just in case. And she did that one as well, and that one also said negative. So I'm so relieved, and I'm like also confused because, you know, a false positive on a pregnancy test is pretty rare, I feel like. So she's like, no, listen, like, I think these are wrong. Like, look at mine. And she goes in her room, and she brings out this one, and I look at it, and it says positive, like that she's pregnant, and I see the brand of it, and I start looking it up on Google to see if it's like, you know, a trusted brand of pregnancy tests, and I look it up, and it's literally a fake pregnancy test that you can buy that says positive every single time for being pregnant. So she was lying about being pregnant to keep me in a relationship for who knows what reason. I don't know why she would want to do that. Maybe it was for my money, maybe it was for like, I don't know, to not be alone. I don't know. But, like, she had to have known. I would have found out some way or another, like, over time. So I don't know why she would do that. So, of course, after she saw that I Googled it, and then it showed that it was a fake pregnancy test, she starts breaking down into tears and begging me to stay and, like, hear her explanation. And she goes on to explain that she lied to me because she was afraid of losing me, and, you know, she just wanted to, like, keep me in her life, which makes no fucking sense. Like, I offered to be her friend from the jump. Like, she didn't need to lie about being pregnant to keep me in her life, but I guess it's because she wanted to date me still, but that's just insane. So yeah, I really couldn't take any more of her lies, so I just said goodbye and have a nice life, and I left, and I didn't talk to her again, because she lied about being pregnant with my kid to keep me in her life, which is scary to me, like, genuinely scary. And yeah, I told my dad, I was like, hey dad, false alarm. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, it was a fake pregnancy test. She was kind of crazy. He's like, oh, well, congrats. I'm like, yeah, thank you. And I went about my life after that, very carefully. Like, definitely one of the top 5 craziest girlfriend stories in my opinion. Not because she was, like, mean or, like, scary, but, like, she made up the most insane lie to keep me around, and it almost worked. I'm so happy that I bought her another pregnancy test to do, because I just really don't know what would have happened if I just believed it and didn't buy that test. Like, I would have wasted months of my time hanging out with her thinking that she was pregnant. But yeah, guys, moral of the story is, avoid manipulative people, use protection, be safe, and yeah, just, that's it. But yeah, guys, I thought the story time was crazy. I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. See you all later. Peace.
Okay, so how easy is it to join the crypto game? Well, get Kraken, get expertise, get crypto. Get what we're saying? It's easy. That's what we're saying.
I go to America! Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is one that I forgot about for a very long time. And I was sitting here today trying to think of what to talk about. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should talk about that time that the little kid stole 20 grand. And I'd probably be like, Austin, how the hell is that even physically possible? Well, I'm gonna tell you about it today. If you enjoy this story time, leave a like in the video, and let's jump right into this. So today's story time all takes place when I was 10 years old. Now, I was 10 years old, just having a normal 10-year-old routine. I would play video games every day, hang out with my friends. It was summer, so I didn't have school at this time. And I was just enjoying my life, you know? Had no worries in the world, to be honest. I was really, really loving it. And then one day, one of my friends hits me up. Let's just call this friend Michael. Okay, let's call him Michael. My friend Michael texts me. Yeah, I did have a phone at this time. It wasn't a very good one at all. One of my friends hits me up, and he's like, yo, you want to hang out today? And I was like, yeah, man, let me ask my mom. So I go into the other room. I talk to my mom. She says that it's fine. She asked me if I'll be sleeping there. I said probably. And she goes, okay, just let me know. So 15 minutes later, my mom and me get in her car. She drives me over to my friend's house, and I had a backpack full of clothes with me in case I did spend the night. And I get to Michael's house, I walk in, me and him go down to his basement immediately and start playing some COD. And he looks at me and he goes, are you staying here tonight? And I was like, am I invited to stay tonight? He's like, yeah. I'm like, alright, cool, I brought a backpack just in case. He's like, alright, sweet. So about 2 hours after I got to Michael's house, Michael calls up another friend of ours. Let's just call this friend Nathan. He calls up Nathan and invites him to spend the night with us as well. Now the thing about Nathan, I didn't really have a problem with him, but Nathan was a very, very, very hyper kid, like super hyper, and he didn't really think things through sometimes. Like, for example, one time Nathan got grounded for a month because he was just out in his driveway and he threw a rock at a car for no reason. Literally was just by himself and just threw a rock at a car, like, to entertain himself. And he was always super amped up. Like, every time he would come over to spend the night at one of our houses, he would not sleep the whole night. Like, we'd go to bed and wake up 9 hours later and he'd still be up playing Xbox or something. Like, yeah, you get the point. He was a hyper kid and sometimes a bad kid. So an hour after Michael invites Nathan over, Nathan comes over with a backpack, and he comes downstairs, and he's got this backpack that's, like, real full looking. Like, it looks like he stuffed that shit to the brim with clothes. And when he walks downstairs with his backpack, he has a really big smile on his face, like, huge smile on his face. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why does he look like that? So I asked him, I'm like, Nathan, why do you have such a smirk on your face right now? And he goes, I'll tell you guys about it later. And Michael goes, no, tell us about it now, like you're staying in my house for the night. If you did something, I want to know. And he goes, no, I didn't do anything, don't worry about it. And Michael goes, I think I'm going to worry about it. You look like you just did something really bad, like you're smiling. And Nathan goes, dude, trust me, you have my word. I didn't do anything bad. I'll show you guys in like an hour or two after your parents go to bed. So at this point, I'm interested, right? Like, I really want to know what Nathan did, like, because he really looked like he was up to no good. So 2 hours go by, and then Michael's parents go to sleep, and it's just us awake in the house, and we're in the basement. And Michael goes, all right, Nathan, like, what's going on? Why were you smiling when you got here? And Nathan goes, are you sure you guys are ready to see this? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm ready. Like, show us. And Nathan walks over to the side of the room, grabs his backpack from against the wall, brings it over, unzips it, and immediately we are greeted to a backpack full of cash. And I'm not just talking like $1 bills or even like $10 bills. I'm talking thousands of dollars worth of cash in this dude's backpack. And this kid is 10, maybe 11 years old. Like, this kid is the same age as me, and he's walking around with that much money in his backpack. So naturally, I immediately ask him, why the fuck do you have that much money in your backpack? Where did that come from? And he smirks and laughs and goes, don't worry about it. And then Michael speaks up and goes, Nathan, why do you have that much money in your backpack in my house? Did you steal that shit? And Nathan goes, maybe. I'm like, Nathan, tell the truth, dude. Did you steal that money? Like, just tell us right now. And he goes, okay, I did. And we start freaking out. And we're all freaking out because there's thousands of dollars in this kid's backpack. He stole it from somebody, which means they're probably looking for it. And we're all 10, 11 years old, so we can't really put up a fight if two people bust on the door looking for their thousands of dollars that got stolen by a little kid. So I ask him, who do you steal it from? And he goes, my friend's dad. And I was like, who? Like, what friend? Like, what's his name? Tell me. And he tells me the name, and this is a kid that we went to school with. This is a friend that we were all friends with. And he stole from his dad. So I asked him, like, why'd you steal it? Where was it? And he goes, well, they left to go do something, and I was just there alone, and I started kind of looking around because I'm nosy, and I found it upstairs in his dad's room in a safe, just open. He didn't even lock the safe. So then I asked him, when did you do this? Like, how long have you had this money for? He's like, oh, I did it today. Like, I came straight from there to here. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. So now I'm freaking out. Michael's freaking out because Nathan, our dumbass, hyper, thief friend, stole from another friend of ours, his father to be specific, all this money out of his safe, and then called up his mom and said, hey mom, come drop me off at Michael's house so I can hang out with Austin and Michael. So after we find this out, Michael decides to kick Nathan out of his house. He's like, Nathan, I can't have you here with all that money. Like, you stole that shit. He's probably looking for it. Police are probably gonna show up here any minute. You need to leave. So Nathan calls up his dad. His dad comes and picks him up, and he leaves Michael's house, just leaving me and Michael by ourselves. So after Nathan gets picked up, me and Michael are just sitting in his basement, like, middle of the night, super confused, super shocked that our friend just hit the most devious fucking lick any 10 or 11-year-old could possibly hit. And I'm like, okay, what do we do? And Michael goes, nothing, dude. I don't want to get involved in that. Like, you saw how much money he had? Like, you really want to get involved in that right now? Like, that's a huge crime. I was like, I know, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm just fucking freaking out. I feel like we're involved now. He's like, we're not. Let's just butt out. And I was like, all right, man. So me and Michael end up not sleeping all night. We were so, like, just amped up at what just happened that we just didn't sleep the whole night. And the next morning comes along. It's like 8 in the morning, and we wake up, and Michael's mom comes downstairs. He goes, hey, like, where's Nathan? Where'd he go? And I was like, oh, he went home. And she's like, why? And I was like, oh, he wasn't feeling very good, like, he just had to leave. She goes, oh, okay. You guys want breakfast? I was like, yeah, for sure. So me and Michael go upstairs, and we eat breakfast with his parents. And after that, we go back downstairs, and I jump on Michael's Xbox, and I sign into my account, and there's a message, and I check. It's a party invite to an Xbox party with my friend from school. That same friend whose father got robbed by Nathan. So I join the call, and this kid goes, yo, Austin, I gotta tell you about something, man. I was like, what, what's up? He goes, you know Nathan? Our homie Nathan? I was like, yeah, I know Nathan. He goes, dude, he stole from my dad thousands of dollars. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, I was trying to fucking play it like I was surprised, but in reality, I knew everything about it. And he goes, dude, he stole 10 grand. Over 10 grand. It was like 10,500 or something. And I was like, really? It was that much? He's like, yeah, man. I was like, did you get it back? And he's like, yeah, man, my dad called the police and they went to his house last night and got it back. So, yeah, Nathan had the police knock on his front door so they could come and collect this money that he stole. And yeah, our friend told me it was 10,500 total, and he didn't go to jail or anything or juvie, even though he definitely could have. His dad didn't press charges, but he had to sign up for some program for like bad kids. It was basically a bad kids school. Like, we never saw him at school ever again. His parents took him out of our school and put him in this other school for like bad kids. And yeah, needless to say, we never hung out with Nathan again, because it's pretty hard to trust somebody that robs your friend's father out of $10,000, especially at an age as young as 10 years old. So yeah, I don't really know what Nathan's up to nowadays. I mean, if he was willing to steal that much at 10 years old, who knows what he's doing now, man? For all I know, he could be hitting bank heists. Nah, but for real, I have no idea what he's doing nowadays. I tried to like look into his social medias before making this video to see where he's at, and he deactivated everything, like can't find his name anywhere. So yeah, I don't know what Nathan's up to. So yeah, guys, that's the story time of how one of my 10-year-old friends stole over 10 grand from someone's dad, and then just showed up to my friend's house like nothing happened. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. Moral of the story is, don't be like Nathan, definitely not good. But yeah, guys, leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. Feel free to leave your story time in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace. Hey, it's you guys, it's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is a pretty funny one in my opinion. The story takes place in 9th grade, so a pretty long time ago, okay? Now, 9th grader Luna had the same routine every day. I would pretty much go to school, get home, play fucking Call of Duty or whatever, and then just stay up really late and then go to school the next day and be exhausted throughout the whole day. So that was pretty much how my day started. I went to school, I was really fucking exhausted because I literally had no sleep in me because I was up all night just playing MW2. And I go to school, get through the day, and then the time comes where I have to go home. Now, I took the bus to and from school every single day. I would never get a ride from my parents because my mom worked, and so did my dad. My dad lived like 10 minutes away too, so he could never make it in time to get me because he'd have to go to work. And pretty much I didn't ever have a ride if I missed the bus. So if I missed the bus, I was fucked. So I was pretty dependent on the bus, okay? So time comes where I have to go home, I get on the bus, I almost missed it, and I get on, and the first thing the bus driver says, I fucking hated this dude, by the way, he was like, come on, you gotta hurry up, like, we're waiting up for you here. And I was just like, alright, I'm sorry, man, like, my class didn't let me out for a while, and I was trying to run, my locker's on the other side of the school. He's like, well, run faster. And I just wanted to tell this dude, like, shut the fuck up. But I just nodded my head, I was like, okay, man, whatever. This bus driver would always piss me the fuck off, because he was just so angry every single day. And I understand, like, he probably didn't like his job or something, he had to deal with annoying kids all day. But, like, come on, you signed up for it, like, handle it. If you can't handle it, don't do the job. And I wasn't even like a loud kid. You know what I would do? I'd get on the bus, I'd sit in the first seat I could find and play music, because my bus ride home was not that fun, and I was the last stop every single time because I lived the farthest away. So like, I fucking hated the bus. So I would just listen to music. I wouldn't bother anybody. So the fact that this guy would get so mad at me would just piss me off. So anyway, I'm sitting on the bus, we start riding, I'm just sitting there listening to music, not saying a word. And all of a sudden, I see him looking in his mirror at me, the bus driver. So I could tell he was trying to say something to me, but I couldn't hear him because I had my headphones on. So I took the headphones off, I'm like, hey, are you talking to me? He's like, yeah, I am. What the hell? Like, are you deaf, buddy? Like, can you hear me? And like, that's literally how he said it. And I was like, I'm sorry, I had my headphones on. He's like, well, turn it down. And I was like, okay, well, what were you saying? He's like, I'm trying to tell you to put your seatbelt on. And I was like, oh, my bad. And I go to put it on. He's like, Jesus Christ. And this is when I kind of lost my shit. I was like, all right, dude, chill out. I'm not trying to break any rule. I'm sorry I forgot my seatbelt, but literally nobody else on this bus is wearing their seatbelt, and you're just singling me out because for some fucking reason, you have a problem with me. I don't know what the problem is, but I just sit here and listen to music every day and not say a word to anybody. So why don't you single out somebody else? Stop being a dick. And he was just like, what? What'd you say? Like, he starts screaming, and he pulls the bus over to the side of the road and stops it. And he just turns around and gives me the dirtiest look. And I'm staring back at him. And pretty much everybody on the bus has that look on their face that's like, oh shit. And the bus driver just goes, you got a problem, buddy? And he says that to me. And I'm like, yes, I have.
I do rock the body stand this year.
Problem with you. I don't like that out of everybody on the bus, you just single me out and try and start a problem with me when I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just listening to music, minding my own business. Like, pretty much everybody else wasn't wearing their seatbelt. You could have yelled at all of us to put it on, but you just yelled at me. And he's like, well, maybe you'd be able to hear me the first time if you didn't have your headphones on. And I was like, dude, that's not my point. I'm saying that everybody else didn't have their seatbelt on, and you're yelling at me only. Like, how about you tell everyone to put their seatbelt on? And he's like, I'll tell whoever I want to put their seatbelt on. And I was like, all right, man, whatever. And he's just like, are we gonna have an issue? And he stands up. And I'm like, are you threatening to fight me? And he says, why don't you handle your problems like a man? And I'm like, what? He's like, come on, do something about it. And I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? You're literally a bus driver. Like, you drive a fucking bus to and from school for kids, and you're threatening to fight one of the kids on your bus. You are literally threatening to fight a fucking 9th grader. You're a full-grown adult. Like, you're probably in your 40s. Like, you need psychological help because you're fucked in the head. And he got so pissed. He got, like, all up in my face. He's like, say that again. Say that again. And I'm like, dude, I fucking dare you. Punch me straight in the face right now. Watch you lose everything you've ever worked for. Which clearly isn't much, Mr. Bus Driver. And that's a fucked up thing to say. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't cool of me to say. Like, if you're a bus driver and you watch my videos, you're a legend. Thank you for doing your job. But, like, I just said that because I literally wanted this guy to do something. I truly wanted him to fucking punch me, because then I could just get him fired and never have to deal with him again, because he was just such a jerk. He was such a cruel asshole. I want a gun. So I said that, and he just got so mad. He clenched both of his fists. I could tell that he was trying, like, to just not hit me. And, like, that's so fucked up to even think about. Like, this bus driver wants to beat a 9th grader. And I'm like, come on, man, hit me. And he's like, you're lucky I'm at work right now, because if we were outside of this job, I'd be treating you like one of my kids, and you wouldn't like that. And I'm like, oh, you beat your kids? I can see what your dad did to you now. That's probably why you're so fucked up. And he's just like, get to the back now. And he's literally sent me to the back of the bus. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, fucking, I'm far away from this asshole. So I went to the back, sat down with one of my friends, talked to him, and then he got off, and then a couple other people got off, and then it was just me on the bus because I was the last stop. So I had to sit on this awkward, silent bus ride and just not say a word until I got to my house. When I finally got to my house, I'm walking off, and it's just me and him. So if he really wanted to do something, he could, but there was a camera, so I don't think he was gonna try anything. But right when I get up front and I'm about to get off the bus and get on the stairs, he goes, hey, watch your mouth from now on. And I turn around and I'm like, dude, you threatened to fight a 9th grader. Fuck off. And I just got off the bus. Cause like, what? Well, I'm not gonna sit there and let him tell me that. Like, he literally was trying to beat up a 9th grader. So anyway, I got off the bus, I walked across the street, just literally went up to my house, turned around, threw the bus the finger because I was angry still, go inside, and of course later on when my mom got home, I vented to her about what happened. I was like, that bus driver on the way home was such an asshole to me. And she's like, why, what happened? And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, ever since we got him as our new bus driver, he's just always singled me out and been like such a jerk to me. And she's like, well, what'd he say? And I was like, I don't know, he was just being a jerk, and like, I told him to chill out, and he just like stood up and lost his temper, and I lost my temper. I won't lie, like, I was pretty disrespectful to him too, but like, he was going above and beyond. Like, he was threatening to fight me, it seemed. And she's like, what? And my mom does not fuck around when it comes to someone threatening one of her kids. And my mom actually used to work in the school system, so she had connects at my school and most of the schools in the district. And she didn't work in the school anymore, but she still knew everybody. And she's like, I'll take care of it. And I'm like, Mom, please don't escalate it anymore. Like, it already kind of, peaked. Like, let's just not worry about it. She's like, no, don't worry about it. Just go to school tomorrow. Forget it ever happened. I'll take care of this. And I was like, okay. Just don't go too above and beyond. She's like, don't worry. So the next day comes along, and within like the first hour of the day at school, I get called up to the office. And my principal's like, hey, Austin. I was like, hey. She's like, anything weird happened on the bus the other day? I was like, kinda. I don't know. Like, I got into a fight with the driver, like, verbally. He was kind of disrespectful, but it's kind of over. Like, it's done now. And she's like, well, just letting you know, like, we handled it. Everything's good. Like, we don't want you to feel unsafe on the bus. And from now on, like, you'll be okay. I was like, okay. Like, I guess that's good. So later on through the day, I'm thinking, like, okay, well, they just talked to the bus driver. Like, they told him to not be a jerk to the students anymore, and, like, he'll be quiet and he won't be mean to me. So I'm thinking I'm chilling. Like, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like this day's looking up. So the day ends, and I get to the bus and go on it, and I walk on, and it's just some random lady. And she's like, hey. I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, you must be Austin. I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, hi. Like, and she says her name, and I'm like, yo, I'm Austin. She's like, yeah, I'm your new driver. I was like, oh, what? She's like, yeah. I was like, what happened to the old driver? She's like, oh, you won't be seeing him anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So we fucking go through that. I get home. I ask my mom about what happened. She goes, oh yeah, they fired him. I'm like, holy shit. Like, geez, Mom, I told you not to go too above and beyond. You're fucking snapping out here. Like, got him fired. I was like, Mom, like, that's kind of crazy. Like, I didn't need that to happen. She's like, yeah, well, he got fired. Like, he disrespects students. I guess this isn't the first time he's done something like that, according to the school. So he's done. He lost his job. I'm like, holy shit. I felt kind of bad. Like, that's pretty insane. And I don't know, I guess that wasn't the first time, though. I guess he, like, actually had problems with other students and did even worse shit. So they fired him because, like, this was, like, the third strike and you're out kind of situation. But, yeah, that's pretty much the end of that story. Pretty insane, pretty crazy story in my opinion. And it's kind of ironic because a little bit farther into my high school career, I ended up getting kicked off the bus myself. So, yeah, it's kind of ironic. But yeah, guys, I want to know if you have any story times that are funny or insane from your high...
Well, me, I mean, I've seen Usyk during the...
So guys, this is a video that's pretty serious, and it's definitely not like a funny story. So if you come to my videos just to laugh and leave, I'd probably go watch any other video except this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's pretty serious, like I said. Please don't go too nuts in the comments with roasting me or anything like that. I'm sure people will anyway. I mean, you can't really ask not to. But just know, if you see something that I do with my life and you don't like it, you can always improve yours for the better by not doing what I do. That's why I always try and say in my videos, or like if I tell a story, to say like, hey, you know, never do this, or, you know, never do that, because I try and set a decent example for people. And I hope you can take something from this and either be inspired or, I guess, just informed, because I've never talked about this before. I think a couple times on a Twitch stream, but never in depth like this. But this is a story I told myself a long time ago that I would never talk about, that I would keep it a secret, because I actually used to be really ashamed of this. But now I can't lie. You can say it's egotistical, but I'm very, very, very proud of myself. But to start this off, I'll just get right into it. I am a high school dropout. I've never said that before in a video. I've always avoided the question because people always ask me, even to this day, yo man, are you graduated? Are you going to college? Are you still in high school? And yeah, no, I am a high school dropout. And I'm going to tell you the whole story of it, okay? So it all started in the beginning of high school. If you've been following me for a very long time, you might know a little bit of this. But I used to have very, very serious anxiety disorder. And I still do have it, but it's not nearly as bad as what I used to go through. But I missed a lot of school because of it. I would miss so many days. I would have to go home early all the time because I would literally sit down in class and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I would start freaking out and shaking. And I've almost fallen over in front of my entire class so many different times and just went unconscious. So it was serious. Like, I would really freak out. And it got to a point where my doctor would literally offer me, like, prescription dependent on them or anything. So I never did. But eventually, I found, like, relaxation in doing YouTube and just telling stories. And I ended up getting a boost from my homie Cody. Shout out to him. He's a beast. I got, like, 7,000 people in the beginning. And that, to me, was like, I made it. Like, I literally made it. Like, I think a few of you might know this, but my goal ever since I was, like, 10 years old was to get 1,000 subscribers. So when I got to 7,000, I was just lost for words. Like, I was just complete. I was so happy about it. And I feel like people should look at YouTube more like that because, like, so many people start channels nowadays, and they just want, like, 5 million subscribers. It's like, man, be grateful. I was so happy to even say I had 100 people watching me and that liked me. That was so cool. It was such a cool feeling to me. And I don't want to get all cliche, but, like, I can't even put into words what it feels like to say, like, where I'm at now. But all I can really say is just thank you guys. Especially you guys from back then, too. If the few thousand from back then that used to watch my videos still watch my videos now and are subscribed, thank you. Because back then, when I was going through that anxiety disorder stuff, that was, like, literally everything that helped me. I would just come home and having that community of people around me and having my cool friends and just making YouTube videos, talking to a microphone was just so good feeling. And it got to a point where I basically beat my anxiety disorder with solely doing YouTube and just having my friends. And it felt great. And eventually I could go back to school, and I did. I went back to school after missing all that time. And I think I was back for half days because I was still a little bit nervous and stuff like that. So I was going for half days, and then eventually I was back full time. And as a student, through all of high school, I would always struggle. I was always struggling in, like, almost every area. Some days I was doing pretty good, and then other days I just couldn't learn anything. And I struggled through a lot of high school, and some of it was my fault. I would choose to stare at the wall, or I was so bored, I could, like, barely make myself focus. And it was hard. I had to have a teacher over my shoulder, like, at all times if I wanted to learn something. And it just really, really was hard for me. And eventually got to a point, I think it was the last couple months of 11th grade, I was like sitting in class one day and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try in this math class. I'm gonna try and do math for once. And within 2 weeks, I somehow managed to pull my grade from a 50 to a 98, which is literally like going from an F to basically an A in just like a couple weeks. So to me, I was like, damn, how did I do this? And I kept trying, and for some reason, the only class I had a really good grade in was math for like the last couple months of that year. And I don't know how, every other class I tried in, I just couldn't do that good in it. I think it was just that teacher. He had some like magic way of getting through to me. But anyway, senior year came around, I missed a lot of school. That's when it became like just me throwing YouTube right over everything. And I was seeing super good results. Like I was blowing up on YouTube at this point. And in school, I had people coming up to me when I would go. And they'd be like, yo, dude, this is my music video. You want to post it on your channel? Or like, hey, man, follow me on Twitter. Give me a Twitter shout out. And I was just like, oh, this is really, really weird. People were treating me so differently, including my parents. They were being way more supportive because I always used to tell them when I was a kid, I was like, I literally want to leave school. I want to do something on my own. I don't want to take that stupid basic route of going through college and being unhappy for the rest of my life, working a desk job, and having debt for the rest of my life from loans and stuff like that. My mom would just always tell me, she's like, shut up, you're going to graduate, you're not dropping out, I won't allow it, blah, blah, blah. And I used to say, Mom, I will literally work for McDonald's for the rest of my life if it means I'm happy and doing something I like, compared to sitting at some desk job making a lot of money and being unhappy. And she hated when I said that. And don't take what I just said as like working a desk job or going to college and getting good grades is something that's like negative. I'm not trying to say that. I mean, for me it was. I never wanted to take the safe route. I always wanted to make my own path. I wanted to pave my own way. And I wanted to take a risk with my life. And that was something I did, and it worked. But what I just said wasn't me trying to say like, oh, if you go to high school, you study all through high school, you get amazing grades, you go to a great college for years, you get your degree, and you get a good high-paying job through that route. I'm not bashing you, dude. Fuck yeah, you're a legend. You stay on that path. Like, that's awesome. I was saying for me personally, that was something I didn't want to do because I just felt like it wasn't cut out for me, and I wasn't cut out for that. It didn't make me happy. And I think to me that's the safest route you can take in this life. And to me, I didn't want to take the safe route. And it's not guaranteed either. Like, trust me, I know people are going to comment and be like, dude, if you go through college, that does not mean you get a good job. Oh, trust me, I know that. Don't worry. I'm well aware that nothing in this life is guaranteed. But I was just saying that's probably the safest route you can take. But anyway, back to the story, okay? 12th grade, I stopped going a lot. I was missing a lot of school. And my school called me out. They're like, look, Austin, what are you doing? They talked to my mom. They're like, what is he doing? And she was kind of like giving up on me at this point. She was really like just, I don't know what to tell him. He's just really set on this YouTube stuff and I don't think he wants to go anymore. And they're like, okay, what if we put him in tutoring? All he would have to do is go to the library every day for 2 hours. And to me, I was like, you know what? Let's try it. That sounds like a really, really good idea. So I tried tutoring out for like 3 weeks and already I just stopped going because I just wanted to put YouTube and streaming over it. And I had way more fun doing that. And I just was having a hard time learning still. So I stopped going to tutoring, and I was just back to what I was doing, which was just grinding full-time on YouTube and Twitch. And my mom was just like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to leave. I just want to drop out. And it was so weird because it was the first time I said that, and my mom didn't freak out and immediately say no. She just said, she's like, you know what? You've said this for a long time, and you've proven me wrong in every way, and you're just doing so well for yourself, and this seems like it's going to be your life from now on, and you're doing such good things for yourself, and I support you 100% doing this full-time. And I was like, thank you, Mom. It was the first time I've ever heard her say something like that. It was so surreal. And yeah, she told my school, she's like, yeah, he wants to drop out. They're like, okay, we'll set up a meeting to talk about it. And they told me they were going to set up a meeting to talk about it. And they proceeded to never call me again and basically kick me out of school. They took me out of everything. They removed me from everything. And I was basically kicked out of school. And we never had the meeting to even discuss it. But yeah, after that, I dedicated all my time into YouTube and streaming. And the last few months of senior year that I would have been in a classroom with my fucking head down on a desk getting yelled at by a teacher, I was in the Hollywood Hills in a house that I paid for, meeting my idols and hanging out with insanely cool people that I love and that I'm so happy to have met because of this whole thing. And I now have this insane community of people around me that have changed my life forever and suck my fucking dick school and gargle on my nuts. The whole point of this video is not to flaunt my success. I just wanted to say, like, if you have something that you like doing and you find happiness from and it doesn't hurt you or your health or anybody else's, then seriously keep going with it if you can see yourself doing that in the future as like a career or something. Because you seriously have no idea how close you might actually be to achieving what you think is impossible. And I know that sounded so cliche, I'm not trying to sound like that, but for real, like, I see so many people talking about things they want to do, but they never jump.
Okay, so how easy is it to join the crypto game? Well, get cracking, get expertise, get crypto.
And now everyone's looking at me. So Eli's like, what do you mean you got one? So then I'm like, yeah, I got one. I got one. Yeah, my boy got a Game Shark, and I use it to get that fusion shit, you know? Don, you got a Kyogre Groudon fusion? For real? Yeah. Big man thing. So all y'all move, so then, if you have it, take it out, because I don't believe that. Yo, what is you doing, bro? Push-ups. Nigga, those are not push-ups. Because they're not regular push-ups, nigga. They're called pipe push-ups. But you wouldn't know nothing about that. Sure. Where are you gonna learn that? Young Don? Who? Sauce God, nigga. Young Don the Sauce God. You mean the nigga that makes cartoons? Bro, I feel you, but just check him out. Just check this shit out. Okay, yeah, bro. He started like a vlog channel? This nigga look like he know what he talking about, bro. Bro, he cannot be that big, bro. You're good at judgment, please. You know, make sure the things you're... Oh, that's him? That's him? Yeah, bro, I told you. This nigga, he look like he know what he talking about. I ain't know he was built like that. I ain't know that. Okay. That's it right there. You good? One more. I ain't know you look like that. I know that's how you look. Not everybody's gonna have this available. I might check this shit out. I don't know. So if you are blessed enough to have a nice L-shaped. So this is another story that took place back in my Jamaican high school. Y'all seem to really enjoy the last one I told, getting suspended in high school. Highly recommend you go watch it after this one. It's one of my best videos. Anyway, I was in the 8th grade, right? I was about 13 years old, and at the time, I was still very much into playing Pokemon. You know, Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. And for the OG fans, you will know that one of the first videos I ever posted was about how I stole my first Pokemon video game in the 6th grade. That was 2 years before the time of this story. Now, I understand that there may be those of you who don't fully understand how the Pokemon video games work. Here's all you gotta know to enjoy the story. When you start off in the world of Pokemon, you're given a baby Pokemon as a gift. Your mission is to train this baby Pokemon by having it kill other baby Pokemons. As you do this successfully, your Pokemon gets stronger. Eventually, it gets so strong that it changes form and evolves. Also, sometimes, instead of killing the other Pokemon, once you've beaten it close to death, not quite dead, but almost dead, you can catch it with a Pokeball, adding it to your team of Pokemon, and now you can use that Pokemon to kill other Pokemons too. It's great. Last thing you need to know, there are hundreds of different Pokemon, but of these hundreds, there are a few that are a cut above the rest. Some would say a master race of Pokemon, known as legendaries. They're very strong, very rare. They're usually no more than a handful that you can catch in any one Pokemon game. So, when you catch one, you wear it like a badge of honor. Now, of course, there are a few other dimensions to the game, but that's all you need to know. Now, at this time, it was still okay to play Pokemon. Like, the cool kids were still openly expressing their enjoyment of the game, right? But this would completely change by the 9th grade. If anyone knew you were still playing Pokemon in the 9th grade, you're like a dweeb, you know? But best believe niggas was still playing Pokemon in the 9th grade, nigga. You just wouldn't tell nobody. Only the boys, you feel me, who would trade Pokemon with you in secrecy. And that's pretty much what high school is when you think about it. Anyway, one day, I noticed a group of kids circling around a lunch table, and I saw a couple of my friends in the group, so I made my way to the table. I get there, and I see 2 dudes are locked into a 1v1 Pokemon battle. Before there was Ninja and FaZe Clan and all of that shit, niggas huddled around lunch tables watching two dudes play each other with their Game Boys tucked in their backpacks so they wouldn't get caught by a passing teacher. So the battle ends, and then the group gets to talking, and then the dude that lost started making excuses. He was blaming the fact that the other dude, Eli, had a team consisting of mostly legendary Pokemon. Eli, of course, shrugged it off with a classic, hey, life's not fair, right? Maybe if you got that Kyogre Groudon fusion you keep talking about, you might actually win one. So then dude was like, nigga, I told you. When my auntie comes back from Florida, she's gonna bring me a Game Shark, I'ma get the fusion, and then I'ma tax that ass. Nigga, shut the fuck up. I already told you that fusion shit ain't real, nigga. It don't exist. And then for some reason, I say, I got one. Whole group gets quiet. And now everyone's looking at me. So Eli's like, what do you mean you got one? So then I'm like, yeah, I got one. I got one. Yeah, my boy got a Game Shark, and I used it to get that fusion shit, you know? Don, you got a Kyogre Groudon fusion? For real? Yeah. Big man thing. So, oh yeah, Musa, then, if you have it, take it out, because I don't believe that. Yo, you know, so I'm gonna bring my game at school still. You know, my mother would have killed me if I lost that, so... Damn, yo, you're a fucking liar, bro. So then I'm like, fine, I'll bring it tomorrow. So then Eli's like, okay. Say less. All right, tomorrow, I'll bring it tomorrow. And then I start to walk away. And I start to panic because I don't even know what a Kyogre Groudon looks like. Okay, two things. First thing, so this is Kyogre, and this is Groudon, right? These are legendary Pokemon. Well, back in the 8th grade, there were these rumors floating around that if you were able to get your hands on a Game Shark, which was basically a device for cheating, you could use it to fuse a Groudon with a Kyogre and make a super legendary Pokemon. Now, nobody knew for sure if this was true, because it was impossible to get a Game Shark in Jamaica. It simply wasn't sold on the island at the time. Well, my childhood best friend, Jeremy, had recently gotten one. He had a lot of family who lived in America, and one of his relatives brought one back to Jamaica for him. So I figured all I gotta do is go to Jeremy's, get the Kyodon, I came up with that, bring the Kyodon to school, let everybody know that I'm that nigga, and then Eli is gonna think I'm cool. That was the second thing. Eli. You see, Eli and I grew up going to the same church, right? His grandmother and my mother were well-acquainted church sisters. And because of that, Eli and I were cool. In the 7th grade, when we both started high school, neither of us knew too many people at the school. So we were boys, you know, we'd hang out during lunchtime, hang out after school. It was cool to just have somebody I knew in this new environment. Well, during the summer break, between 7th and 8th grade, which is now the 2nd year of high school, something happened. You know, Eli started rolling with the tough guys. You know, he became a bad man. I didn't see him anymore at church, and when I ran into him during the 8th grade, he was acting all, you know, hard, and like he didn't fuck. And you know, being 13, immature, and young, when you see a dude that you used to roll with switch up on you, you know, kind of sucks. It's like, damn, nigga, I thought we were boys. Now you the cool dude, you the tough guy, niggas respect you, can't fuck with me, I'm too soft for you. Damn, it's like that. That's kind of how I felt, you know? And I knew I wasn't gonna be no tough guy anytime soon. So in a weird roundabout way, I thought that if I could just get my hands on this Kyodon, Eli will fuck with me again. And you know, maybe I'd even become one of the cool dudes too, without having to become a bad man, you know? Because that's not who I was. Now, I remember clearly that the next day was a Friday. I remember that because I knew I wasn't going to be able to see Jeremy until the weekend, and I had to go to school one more time, empty-handed, before I would be able to get my hands on the Game Shark. Needless to say, I was moving like that nigga from Assassin's Creed the whole day, bro. Sneaking around corners, ducking behind lockers. I didn't want anyone from the group to see me. Unfortunately, I did run into Eli towards the end of the day. And of course, he asked me about the Kyodon, to which I responded, I forgot? You forgot.
cheese treat. New Hillshire Farms snacked.
Monday. If you ain't got this coyote on a Monday, it's gonna be a problem. Problem? Psst. Nigga, I'ma have 2 of them coyotes, bro. I'll get you one too. Just digging myself deeper, bro. I don't even know why, bro. So, he lets it slide. I'm like, cool, see you Monday. So the weekend comes around, and my mom gives me permission to go over to Jeremy's house, right? So I get there, and after we chill for a little bit, I bring up the coyote. I'm like, yo, Jay, I really need your help to get this Pokemon, bro. He's like, bet, what you need, I got you. What you want, Mew? A Mewtwo? I know, you want a Lugia. Nah, you know the ones from Emerald, the Groudon and the Kyogre? Can we get, I need the fusion. You mean Rayquaza? Rayquaza's not a fusion, bro. Nah, like, ain't there you can fuse? Bro, ain't there a fusion between Groudon and Kyogre? You want a Jirachi?
Oh, he needs some milk!
And that's when it hit me. That's when I realized I was fucked. Because Jeremy knew more about Pokemon than anyone else I knew. And if he didn't know about the Kyodon, there ain't no Kyodon, bro. So fast forward to Monday, and I decide to just pretend like nothing's going on. So I'm walking through the campus, and of course, I run into Eli. Yo, Don, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up, Eli? What's up? What's up with the Kyodon? Don, I could not wait to see you today. So, come on, where's it at? Lay it on me. Yeah, the Kyodon. Crazy, bro. I forgot my game again. Oh, you forgot it? But you saying you got one, right? Yeah, I got one, bro. I just keep forgetting my game, man. And we both knew that I was lying. It was obvious. It's not like we were friends anymore. I didn't owe him anything. And he never believed I had it to begin with, so I couldn't see why he wouldn't just drop it and leave me with like just a little bit of my pride left intact. But he wanted to press the issue. It was like he was genuinely angry at me. Watch this. So the next time I see you, and you don't have the game, you and me, we'll have a problem. You understand? I didn't recognize Eli anymore. I wanted to believe that my friend was still there, you know, and that this was all just an act, you know, trying to figure out his place in the school, in the world, and this was just a phase he was going through. But it became clear to me that no, this was who he wanted to be. So much so that he was threatening me. Or Pokemon, by the way. What the fuck? How lame is that? So for the rest of this week, I did everything I could to avoid running into this dude. But eventually, he did spot me. I was walking by his classroom, and it had been a few days, maybe even a week. So I guess I started to relax a bit. He sees me. Hey, yo, Don! What's up? So I stopped. And I was nervous, but I also wanted this to end. You feel me? I was not gonna continue the rest of my school semester like this. Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm still waiting on this Kyodon. Don? Yeah? Well, I don't got it. So what now, Eli? You're a fucking liar. Yeah. So what now? Whatever, man. And that was it. He walked away, and he never bothered me again about the whole Pokemon thing. That was definitely the nail in the coffin, though. From that day on, we did not fuck with each other. And it would eventually come to a head in the 9th grade during a confrontation on the basketball court, where I almost made what would have been the worst decision of my entire life. So make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, turn on the notification bell. I love you. I'll see you soon. We gotta go. Baby, we're wasting our time trying to decide where we should go. Baby, just follow your mind. Let's decide all on its own. Baby, I know what you're scared for. No, I'll give you everything I have, but won't go near enough. I can hear those demons from my past again. Yeah, moving too fast again. Don't wanna put you to the side, but you know it's hard to decide. Yeah. But in the meantime, can we keep moving like this? And of course, now people are just laughing. I could use a little social status that I had. What? Yeah, what? Shut the fuck up. Goddamn, I'm trying to tell a story. Alright. At the end of today's video, I'll be doing a very special giveaway, so stay tuned to the end to see how you can win. High school is the absolute pinnacle of bullshit, and it's so whack that you won't realize it until you get out of high school. While you're there, everything seems to matter, like a lot. In fact, nothing seems to matter more. But the truth is, absolutely nothing that anyone thinks of you, be it a teacher or a student, actually matters. When I was in high school, I was a low-key background character, definitely not considered for the most likely to become a famous slot in my school yearbook. I remember looking at the popular kids back in high school and thinking, they must have something that I don't. Like, they're going to continue to live exciting and eventful lives while I just continue to be a regular person. But that's not how it turned out, man. I mean, y'all see what I'm doing. And as for those popular kids, I mean, most of them just live regular lives now. They have regular lives, have regular jobs, make regular money, do regular things. And I'm not saying that anything is right or wrong with their life versus my life. I'm just saying that the narrative of you during high school, the narrative of who you are, who people say you are, who you think you are, doesn't have to mean anything. I didn't always know that. So, like a lot of people, I allowed what other people thought of me to really affect me during high school. So what I want to do is tell you guys a story about an incident that happened in my junior year of high school, which was my first year of living here in America. A story about an incident that really
Get moving, people. Recon the site. Eliminate all hostiles.
with the person he was talking about. AKA, to me, it seemed like he was being fake to that person, which, right away, I didn't like. Because I don't like fake people, even if it's not directly to me. Because if I see you being fake to someone else, how am I gonna know if you're being real with me? You could be the most rude, offensive, insensitive person. I'd rather hang out with that guy because at least I know he's honest. But if I think you might be fake, I'm gonna keep my distance. So I started to do that. But I still liked Mark as a coworker. I just knew right then and there that we were never gonna hang out outside of work. But that's fine, as long as he continued to do his job and continue to be a reliable supervisor. Well, then you know, who and what he chooses to talk about with other people, well, that's not my business. So, I wanted to be a great employee. That's just who I am, right? I'm competitive, and anything I do, I try to do really well. So anything that was asked of me, I tried to do at a high level and with a great attitude. And I don't think it took long for Mark to recognize that. Because in a matter of days of working there, Mark had me running around the store doing everything, right? Cleaning the bathroom, moving heavy equipment, organizing the back room, fixing apparel, any and everything. And at the time, I didn't think anything was wrong with it. You know, I was a new guy. I had to earn my stripes, and I was getting paid by the hour, so I did what Mark told me to do. But the longer I worked there, the more I started to notice that Mark wasn't around his department very much. He spent a lot of time in the back office, chopping it up with the store manager. That, or he was in the golf department playing on the golf simulator. And after a while, I realized that this dude was just offloading all his work onto his subordinates. Eventually, other employees started to let me know that this is just what he does. So one night, I'm closing the store after a very busy day, and my department was in shambles, right? And when you're closing, you're supposed to leave it looking close to perfect for when the store opens in the morning. But that day, Mark had the midday shift. But because he was busy jerking off in the other departments, he ain't helped me clean. And because he wasn't there, I had to do all the customer service. So no one was cleaning the department. So when he clocks out some hours before me, I'm the one stuck cleaning the entire department that has been a mess for the whole day. But I accepted the challenge. I was literally running around the department, cleaning as fast as I could. I did all the go backs, I tidied up the storage room. I went off, okay? And by the time I clocked out, my department looked amazing. Fast forward to the next day, and both Mark and I are open. And the store manager was giving us the rundown from the previous day. And apparently, my department made a ton of money, right? Way over projection. So of course, he's complimenting Mark on doing a great job and still managing to keep the department clean so that I had a easy close. So now I'm standing there thinking, this dude ain't do jack. You better give me some credit. I made those sales. I cleaned the department. I better get some recognition. But Mark just took all the praise. Didn't show me any type of love for carrying the team like LeBron in the fourth. That's when I decided that I hate this dude. You know, if you want to finesse the system, suck up to the bosses, jerk off all day in other departments, and gossip like a teenage girl, fine. But give me my goddamn credit. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a page out of Mark's book, and I'm gonna start big chillin'. Cause I get paid the same regardless, and if I can't get my pat on the back at least, I'm gonna take a sat in the back and play on my phone. I'm Agent Mobius, by the way. But here's the funny thing about that. When I stopped working as hard, my life got harder. Because you may not get credit when you make everything go right, but when things go wrong, best believe everybody's pointing their finger at you. And I try not to be the blame other people, point fingers kind of guy, so I wasn't about to start complaining to the store manager about Mark, especially since I knew that Mark had spent the last year greasing this dude up. So, after I realized that not working hard on the clock wasn't getting me the sense of justice that I wanted, I went back to working hard. But this time, for me. You know, I didn't care if I wasn't gonna get the credit. I still wanted it, but if I didn't get it, whatever. Mark continued being Mark, and that's how things went for a while. And I thought that's how things were gonna stay. But one day, I hear that Mark is putting in his 2 weeks. Apparently, he thought he was gonna get some promotion, but turns out that upper management saw that Mark was a poser and gave the position to someone else. I guess he didn't like that. So, eventually, he leaves, leaving his job up for grabs. And guess who gets promoted to being the new department supervisor? This other guy, who was there longer than me. But yeah, he was a good worker, so fine. But then he left like a few months later, and then I became the department supervisor. And right before I quit, I was getting interviewed for that same promotion Mark wanted. So moral of the story, if you ever have the displeasure of working with someone who doesn't pull their own weight, or you feel like you're not getting credit for your work, just because they aren't telling you, doesn't mean they don't see it. And as long as you work hard for working hard's sake, underperformers will get exposed, and one way or another, you will eventually rise to the top. I don't know what possessed me, but I decided that if I asked for the ball one more time, and he didn't give it to me, I was gonna grab that metal chair leg and get this video banned from YouTube. So if you watch one of my previous animations trying to impress the high school bully, then you know the story of Don and Eli. So go and watch that video if you want the full backstory on how we got where we are in this one. In a nutshell though, Eli and I started off as friends in the 7th grade. But by the time we got to the 8th, I noticed that Eli started to change. He started to roll with the bad man them, giving trouble, getting into fights, and eventually he and I had a falling out. Granted, it was over Pokemon, but when you're 13, Pokemon is serious business. Okay, fast forward to the 9th grade, and now things are a little different, yeah? Now I'm 14. Puberty is starting to kick in. I'm getting taller, muscles are getting bigger, voice still not deep, but sounding less like a girl every day, and that testosterone is notorious for turning good little boys.
Think you're a good driver? Now's your chance to prove it with Karma Drive.
And with all of that comes more confidence and less tolerance for niggas trying to press you, especially over bullshit. So here's what happened. It was after school on a typical hot sunny day in Jamaica, and I'm on the blacktop basketball court by myself shooting hoops in my school uniform. So there I am, doing my thing, when through the corner of my eye, I see a familiar face walking up.
Yo guys, I'm probably gonna be killing myself for a little bit because I'm using an RPG.
Say you did what? Kill yourself a little bit, what?
I'm gonna be killing myself for a little bit because I'm using an RPG.
So you don't want me to res you?
No, revive me, yeah. This is my last gun I need to get until I have Dark Ether, and I'm just trying to hurry this up.
A wire.
If only I knew public matches were so easy to level up. I played like 3 games, this thing is almost max. I need one more level and I can do all my challenges.
Hey, eyes open. Siggins didn't suggest anyone else
Yeah, you want pictures? I mean, I know a couple people. Man, 干杯好。不然那个呢？你要不去？
It's been a grind, and I can't believe it. It's been a while. So close.
Make it. Oh shit. We got the power going and shit.
Gosh, it's so annoying though.
Noticing a large concentration of radioactivity in your AO. Something is heading your way.
Wait, can I kill the Megaton? Please?
You said what?
Can I kill the Megaton?
Can you do what?
Can I kill the Megaton?
Yeah, okay, kill the Megaton. The Megaton, whatever it's called.
This dude is fast as freak. Oh shoot, I'm stuck. Nice. So well, that actually helps. At least I didn't die. Hey, can you come revive me? You know, stop shooting him. I'm Norbit, you swear, bro. People don't know how to listen. Like they don't have ears. Stop. And then some lags out. Yeah. Shitty ass internet, bro. When the party leader doesn't get what he wants, when he doesn't get reds, that he just disconnects his internet. Mm-hmm.
wanted. He wanted to shoot around. Now, if it was anyone else, I would have gladly welcomed the company. But fuck this guy. Not just because I didn't like him, but because he was also ass at basketball, bro. Dude was garbage, bro. Straight trash. Boo. Garbolini. And I hated it. That was a factor. So on top of the fact that I didn't like his face, I knew that if he started shooting around, man's just gonna be chasing air balls, bro. And he didn't come with I want to make peace energy. He came with, nigga, you better share that ball energy. So I decided to ignore him. I went from shooting free throws to working on my post-up game. That way, there was no way he was gonna get this ball. So there I am practicing, and then he's like, yo, shoot the ball. I don't respond. Says it again. Yo, shoot the ball. So then I say to him, nah, I'm working on my layups. Doesn't leave. Still just us on the court. So I'm doing my thing, and I know he's thinking about how he's gonna get the ball. I knew he wasn't gonna just try and take it from me, because although I wasn't a tough guy, I was starting to turn into a big dude. And it's not like I was ever a coward. So I figured, as long as the ball didn't roll in his direction, I had nothing to be concerned about. Eventually, though, I do get tired of practicing layups, and I want to start shooting the ball again. So I start to shoot, at first close to the hoop, but with every shot I made, took a step back. And as I did, the ball kept rebounding in my direction. I knew it was only a matter of time before he didn't, though. So now I'm close to the three-point line. I shoot it goes in, but this time, the ball didn't rebound in my direction. It goes to Eli. So Eli gets the ball, and now he starts shooting. Of course he missed it. It was garbage. So I'm standing there, waiting for the dude to pass me back the ball, because I know he saw me make it. For the first two shots, I was saying, but then I was like, hey, yo, pass the ball. I made the last shot. Now he's ignoring me. So I'm like, yo, pass my ball. Reminding him that this was my ball that I brought from home. The nigga starts practicing his ball handling skills. He's crossing over, he's dribbling. So now he's not even shooting, and he's still ignoring. So now I'm like, okay, I see what it is. This dude didn't come here to shoot around. He didn't want to get shots up. Nah, he was just bored and wanted to get under my skin. Well, he was doing a pretty good job. So I'm like, yo, pass my ball. He looked at me and was like, go suck your mother. I was like, oh, gotta kill him. So now my blood is boiling. My heart rate starts to spike, and I'm getting that tunnel vision. Because it became obvious. The only way I was gonna get my ball back is if I took it from him. And that's when I remembered the broken chair. Before basketball practice the day before, some of the guys were goofing around and throwing around this old metal chair that someone had took from a classroom. It had been outside for a while, and it started to rust. And while the guys were tossing it around, one of the legs broke off, and I remembered that it was just sitting under the sideline bench. I don't know what possessed me, but I decided that if I asked for the ball one more time, and he didn't give it to me, I was gonna grab that metal chair leg and get this video banned from YouTube. And if you ask anyone that knows me, I'm a good guy. I'm a gentle giant. I'm a big old cuddly bear, right? But it was hot, and I had a short temper, and I held a grudge against this dude. So I asked him one more time, yo, pass my ball. Nothing. So I say, bet. And I started to walk over to the bench. I was gonna ask again. I was just gonna grab this and start.
Think you're a good driver? Now's your chance to prove it with Karma Drop.
Well, you know what's awesome about having the black chest right now? We're gonna have the little savior guy for the Easter egg fight. Oh, that's perfect. Yo, shout out.
I don't know what that is.
Yo, Lego, would you rather never have a headache or 25K? Alright, and welcome back, guys. They just added a brand new survival mode into Black Ops Cold War. In this is essentially Outbreak, but you spawn with the M1911. You can't see the minimap locations around you, and you do not regenerate health. However, they didn't disable the Easter egg, so we decided to get together. We got Sam, we got J Money, we got Silky, and we got me, and we're gonna go in and do one of the Outbreak Easter eggs. And if you guys like this and this gets support, we'll do it again, and we'll do the second Outbreak Easter egg also in the brand new survival mode. Okay, so the objectives are around the map from the normal Outbreak game, but you can't see the mini map, so you've gotta like use your knowledge of Outbreak to remember where the location spawns are in for the objectives if you want to set off.
That's perfect. I have so many hours in Outbreak.
Yeah, we all play Outbreak every day. We're all Outbreak gamers. You guys know that.
Outbreak.
Outbreak today. As long as it's one of the OG maps, I know a lot of the spots pretty well. So what are we looking for?
Just look for any like events.
So we're trying to be able to set up is really the main goal. Yeah, we're looking for the Dragon D's, the Golden Chest. Oh, I found the Black Chest event. I don't even know where it's on.
When you get hit, your character starts breathing so loud. Dang.
Oh no,
I just got comboed by the orb and these zombies.
Comboed by D's?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh, we got it.
Let's go.
One more.
That's one more. What's the last one?
Somebody should go buy a wall gun or something. We shouldn't waste a pack punch on a 1911.
I've got a Milano. We should.
Okay, alright, well, you can get that.
I think it drops guns too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dude, I kind of miss this, man. I miss this in zombie spawning with a pistol.
But you can still do it.
I feel like they're gonna add this.
No, but it's like, it's a different type.
Shut up, Lego. You can still do it, bro. It's spawning with a pistol. No one's stopping you.
I know what he means, bro. It's a different type of progression, dude. Like you feel like, oh, dude, I'm such a pleb, and then you just.
No, you can still do it. I mean, you can still.
So chat, yeah, let's get into this. Let's start up some of this BL2 zombies. Look at this, boys. We are back, boys. The Great Leap Forward. Let's begin, boys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's a custom intro. Look at this. It's from the trailer. Dang, let's go.
This is literally bonkers. Anime everywhere. Seriously, anime everywhere.
We have a tied simplifier. This is so bad. I don't know what's happening. I think you should listen to me. What the heck did I just witness? Okay, chat, here we go. We're back with the Damascus Steel.
When the lights are off, you can always just call on me.
I am the moon voice, okay? No, not the FNAF. No, what is this? Hello. Why,
to give you a few pointers.
Oh,
you settle
no.
in your understand, so if there's a possibility to survive in this realm, I think you should listen to me. Have a look around, and I'll get back to you.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Treyarch, it's the Die Rise billboard chat. I am somewhere in this small fine print of names. Licensed contractor. Bro, and the skybox they made differently as well. Chat, is this better than original Die Rise? I think the answer is yes. This guy has a Death Note shirt on, chat. This is embarrassing.
Max out. Oh, you full of ammo now, boy.
I forgot about my clothes. Chat, look at the doors. Look at the doors. Chat, look at the doors. Okay, boys, we're part of switching. You know it's Die Rise. We gotta be part of switching out here, bro. This jump gives me anxiety. Oh my god. What? Literally, how did... This is so cursed. This is so... No, dude, I literally can't even play this map. Steins Gate, Paris. Oh, this is actually a good. This is a good anime. I watched this one. Bruh, this is so. Hey, that's actually a sick poster that they made. When it's closed. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Dude, these elevators should not exist. Imagine doing high rounds on this. It would probably be more stable than like Black Ops 2, probably. This version of it would probably actually be. What was that? What was that? Boys! Wow! One in the chat if you would. One in the chat if you would. Oh my gosh, that's hot. That's actually hella hot right there. Okay, let's see the PDW here. Ooh. Chat, do we buy the SVU, boys? I think we do. We gotta buy the SVU. What is that? What is that?
There are several trains.
Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad.
When crossing the tracks.
What am I hearing? Dream Boys, we gotta act. This is terrible. Oh, this is not it. Oh, this is not it, chat. The Attack on Titan Apple. The femboy Mr. T Lexify Apple, $200. Oh no, boys. Why do I hear Minecraft together?
DraftKings' latest offer is a sure thing. So we got former automatic NFL.
What the fuck is this? I can't, like, bro, this is the thing with these curse maps. It's like there's nowhere that's safe. There is literally nowhere that is safe. Everything is F. I hate this. I absolutely am ashamed. Oh, look at this! The dynamic elements. I'm never gonna zoom in with this guy. What the hell is that? That's Markiplier. Okay, we know Markiplier. There's the whole beat. Oh my gosh. That man's cheap. Bro, that's definitely my eye. What has happened to this building? Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Somebody's talking. It's me, Fred, Nico Cotto, and this person that I can't tell. What is going on? What is going on? This is Kurt's chat. This is probably Monkey T Lesson. I'm definitely a Monkey T Lesson. Okay, wait a second. Who is next to me on the moon? The dude from Death Note? No?
You were looking kind of good. I'm trying to smooch those. Of course, Vito. Shit. You were looking kind of good. I'm trying to smooch those. Of course, Vito. Shit.
There he is. There he is. One thing I gotta preface is we are not doing the BO2 town, we're doing the BO3 town. If we were doing BO2, I would be here for like the next week, and that's not even a joke. Look at Mule Kick, bro. Look at this. What is Mule Kick doing right now? I was talking to Don. Now watch out, it's the Don. And boys, he said that this round 100 is going to take 8 hours.
Yo, we abortions, alright.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to be playing a custom version
Yo, what up,
of Town.
Hope the vibes
So
chill today. Let's
it's gonna
go,
be
bro.
very exciting, chat. There is no major wonder weapons to run into this video or to this map today, boys. All it okay, this boy is way too loud. All it literally is double ammo types, and that is the only way that we can get to round 100, chat. Now, boys, for the gamers that have played Town round 100, this is what I asked you, boys. This is what I asked you. What is the perk limit on this custom map version, boys? What? I think it's a 6 perk limit in this map. I'm trying to think of the best 5 perk setup that I need right now. I need Quick Revive. I need Juggernog. That boy's right up there. I need Double Tap. And I also need Mulkit. I am getting a call right now. I'm not picking that call up. Stop calling me. I'm doing this for the Olympia gang, boys. Because Olympia's on the wall. Jackpot with the 10 gifters. Boys, you guys are going insane, boys. Drake's in the chat. We're Olympia gang this stream. We are Olympia gang this stream. I don't even care what you're saying. The M14 is too far away from the strat that we're going to be using. We are Olympia gang this stream. I am not even going to be hitting the box this entire game. Can you believe that? I have no reason to. Because, boys, the best gun on this map is the Ray Gun Mark II. The Ray Gun Mark II. If you want to sub, spam 1 in the chat. And in 10 seconds, I will pick someone that does want to sub. The Dawn is spamming 1. We got to ban the Dawn. 2, 1. Legion the Gamer. Legion the Gamer. My man won the sub from Hives. So, boys, also, we're getting rid of the Colt. I know this is JC Backfire's favorite weapon, but goodbye the Colt, boys. We are going to be using the PDW as one of our main weapons, boys. Okay, let me get Speed Cola here. Now, chat, big hidden Easter egg. Big hidden Easter egg. A lot of you guys might not have seen this. Wait, can we actually only get 5 perks? Oh, 6 perks! I bought stamina. I did not mean to do that. You can actually go over here, and this is a room that you can go down. And look what's up here, boys. Mr. Banana Colada himself. Can't buy it, though, can I? It's very sad. What are we looking like right here? I'm not grabbing that carpenter. Where are the windows on town, bro? There's gotta be, like, maybe 1 window in this entire map, bro. Big tombstone. But chat, let me show you guys right here. This is where PhD is, chat. Look at this, look at this. I like the way the door falls off in this version. What happened to the door? And there it is, boys. There it is. There it is, boys. Big dead wire. We got it. Now, the next one will be Olympia, and we need to turn for that one. What in the chat if you know Some Ordinary Gamers or Mudahar? I saw his most recent video of that guy being rejected by Logan Paul. Chat, can I just say, that hurt to watch. Like, that video physically pained me to view. The fact that a human being was so gullible to leave a 100K job for Logan Paul? A lot of things are about to happen very quickly on my stream. Boys, in 3 days, my girlfriend is coming over. And she's gonna be a part of the stream chat. Then, boys, I go to Texas next month. Everything's happening so fast. And I'm gonna be, boys, I'm gonna be in Texas for a good amount of time. A good amount of time. We're gonna be with the boys, The Smith Place. We're gonna be with Chopper. For all my Omega lovers out there, we're gonna be with Crispy Concords. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And listen, Liam went out, boys. If you saw Liam Winter stream, he's like, listen, you better IRL stream a chat. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy a better data plan, and we'll just run around. We'll just run around Austin, Texas, and have a great time. Don't forget that Milo made a pack-a-punch guide for Outbreak. Wait, are you kidding me? Wait, my man made a pack-a-punch guide for Outbreak? Doesn't it literally, like, you literally, what was the guide? Click the menu button. Locate the pack-a-punch. You found the pack. Are you, dude, that's cap. Did Syndicate just get a sub? Yo, shout out to the boy Tom, boys, he got one. Hey. I love how Tom's not even here, he got a sub. People have been in this stream for like hours and hours, and Tom gets a sub. But does Deadwire proc multiple times when you have it on different guns, like consecutively? Oh! Wow, that Deadwire saved me. Is that the case, chat? It does not? Okay, so then I think I'm gonna get Discord. Discord. What am I saying? Lex, what will be the new Vanguard perk? Okay, let's talk about this. Chat. So this is my theory on the new Vanguard perks. I believe that everything from Cold War will be coming in. I believe, so you're gonna get all your base perks, right? Including Elemental Pop, plus Mule Kick, plus Tombstone, plus Death Perception, plus PhD Flopper. I'm gonna say this and a lot of you people Guys, I have a bad feeling the new Vanguard perk is going to be a BO4 perk. My prediction of the BO4 perks, I have a feeling it's gonna be Zombie Shell. That hurts. That literally hurts to say. But there's no perk that has Zombie Shell or has anything really to do with Zombie Shell with Cold War. Or it could be, yeah, it literally, chat, it could be Luna. My homie Luna is coming back. Mr. Bloodwolf Bite himself. I really want cigars. I don't want bottles. We've had candy, we've had bottles, we've had cans. I want cigars, bro. Oh, dude. If you, like, because, chat, remember when we all were reading all the BO4 leaks? And we were like, yo, vapors, we're gonna be like huffing and puffing all these BO4 perks. But then all it was were these like little statues, right? I hated that. You guys know the cigar emote in Black Ops Cold War? What if it's literally that? Oh my. What if I just crack the case?
What I want in Vanguard is double guns, specialists like Bow4, 4 main characters, and when you fully level up a weapon, you get a cool attachment like Bow4.
Everything you said is not gonna happen. Yeah, dude, chat, honestly, I've been getting a lot of inspiration from a lot of other content creators really coming out this year, even from the zombies community. Like, boys, one in the chat, if you remember us watching Whiplash's videos, like, where you'd go out in public and get people to rank perks in a tier list. Oh, man. Like, those are the type of videos I want to do. I would definitely want to do in-public videos. I just want to do something that I would never do. As some of you may know, I went to Horizon Drac for my 1 build. And chat, the funniest thing that ever happened to me, I went with one of my friends. Okay, we were talking to the hotel clerk, and we were like, okay, so we're gonna go to the Hohenwerfen Castle today. And she said, guys, this literally stabbed me in the heart when she said this. She said, the Hohenwerfen Castle has been closed for 2 months. And I literally stood there, looking at my friend, just open mouth, just like, I was frozen. Like, it wasn't like we were climbing through the wilderness and the forest and making our own path. Like, if you go to the Hohenwerfen Castle, there's actually like a walking path that goes right up to the castle. But chat, there were definitely some things that I should not have done. What I did, there was only one portion that they left open for the public to go to. And chat, if I were to give you an analogy of it, it would essentially be like where Double Tap is in Horizon Drac. That was also where Double Tap is in that was also where the Gatekeeper's house is. And that was the portion of the courtyard that I got to see. So, like, you know where the first dragon that you feed on Horizon Drac is? That was about the entire extent that I could see. Chat, you know when you spawn in Horizon Drac and you see the whole city below the Hohenwerfen Castle? That is literally spot on identical. I could not believe that it was that identical, but it was literally spot on identical along with the gondola. I didn't even really get to go. I love that. Like, I think there's something so poetic about that. Overwatch 2, boys, can we get out of the chat for Overwatch 2? I genuinely don't believe that game is gonna come out. I'm like confident at this point that Overwatch 2 is not coming. Oh, there's second down. There we go, there's second down. Wow, that was like a fast 5-hit. Oh no, what happened? What happened? So chat, Don did warn me about this, and he did say that later in the rounds on this game, on this map, it gets really laggy. Oh no, I think we might be at the point where this is becoming unplayable. Literally M14. Oh bro, these lag spikes. Chat, this is bad. Oh bruh, that could have ended so badly. Are you doing another degree? So yes, right. Oh, what was that? What was the banana colada doing right there? Boys, I gotta tell you something that happened in my sociology class when I went, boys. So I have nothing but profound respect for my sociology teacher. And granted, sociology is, a lot of people don't really consider it as like a main science, because it's about the study of humans and social interaction. When I enter the class, is on the board in very big letters across the entire board. He said, "You are not the main character in this story." And that has never left me ever since he did that. Like, that is the power of a profound teacher. That is a really, really good message that I think a lot of people do not understand. Something that you should live by is making other people in your life the main characters of your story, right? We're just side characters at the end of the day. I'm done. Wow. That was it. GG. A lot of those downs were really preventable. But, yeah.
The NFL is back, and DraftKings' latest offer is a sure thing. So we got former automatic NFL kicker Martin Gramatica to break it down. Martin?
Bet just $1 on any NFL game, get $150 Automatica, no matter what.
That is Automatica.
What the heck? Oh, Pear! You guys! If you think Pear is looking pretty sus right now, you should hit that subscribe button.
I'll be running those out, coming and doing all these things. All of you stuff hitting and re-recording. So happy to find me. If I just come out there now, I'm just alone. 50 Easter eggs. We're gonna be going from Shadows of Evil to Revelations. Our first map is Shadows of Evil, and we have 10 Easter eggs. So let's go through them. Our 10 Easter eggs. First off, we gotta do the Shadow Man. Then we are doing the Laundry Note for 500 points. And then we're doing the Lion Mega Gobblegum. We're doing the Snakeskin Boot song, the Rick Toffin Jump Scare, the Markwa Mask, the Cold Hard Cash song, the Little Army Dance, the Black and White Easter egg, and finally the Trip Mines. Easter egg 1 is the Shadow Man. You can go up to round 15, you can get many points. Easter egg 1 has been completed. Easter egg 2, the Laundry Note in Shadows of Evil. I am too bad. 1, 2, 3. I got it. There we go. Easter egg, mini Easter egg 2. It has been complete. Bawalaman. Bawalaman. Bawalaman, come. Eat that man, lion man.
Time was not on green.
Oh.
Belonged to the whale man's green. She took that shape in
there we go. For the Weller man. For the Weller man. If I did it correctly, I should have gotten a lion, a gobblegum from the lion's mouth. I don't think we did it. I don't think. GG. Okay, we can do the Snakeskin Boot song though. I believe it's one of these. I did something. Oh, Shady Aftermath, we about to pop off. I think that song's the MCA, so I didn't play it. Give me the nut! The nut! I have retrieved the nut! What I do need to do right now, the next Easter egg, I'm gonna say it, boys. I think a lot of people are gonna cry with this one. We're gonna do the Trip Mine Easter egg. So here, double donut, I'm gonna say LOLW. But this one, cream cakes, chat! That's one. Oh, we hear Samantha laugh. I know that lady from Cold War. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be a speedrunner right here. I'm gonna be a speedrunner. Hey guys, my name is NowowJ456, and I'm gonna go for the Shadows of Evil World Record speedrun. So what you wanna actually do, right, is you wanna completely forget about what you know. And this is actually what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna go up here, and then you're gonna, and it's just that easy. All the cream cakes, chat. Any creamers in chat? Any creamers? That's for you. He did not die. He did not die. GG. Is this another one? Chat, wait, do I have it? I got it! I got it! Donut! Donut! So, free gobblegum, what's it gonna be? And I'm feeling lucky? Boy, you was ridiculous for that one. Ah, it's this thing. Boys, we're gonna get some cold hard cash up in here. Chat, are you guys ready for this? Let's turn this off for a sec, chat. So we still have to do Margwa Mask, the Rick Toffin jump scare, which I don't even know if I can do. This has got to be a hard jam for the homies right here. Oh, chat! All my snipers don't have a scope. You need to be scoped in. So GG, we're only gonna do 9 Easter eggs this one. I'm gonna get Dawn to edit in this one. But it's not gonna happen because I don't have a scope. You need to be scoped in. So GG. There we go, bro. There's that one. Bro, look at this guy go. Look at him go. Oh my. How does he hit those moves? Oh my gosh. How does he do it? How does he do it? Ah, dude, I don't know. Good chat. I got GG. Chat, what's the best angle to get that other one, bro? Is it literally right here? Could it literally be like right here? No, it's definitely not. Oh, I got it! What up, boy? It is done. Okay, chat. Ah, it's right here, chat. GG. So if you look at my shadow, I'll give it. And now, chat, we only have one more to do on this, and that is the waterfront black and white. Am I healing towards the devs? Aim? Oh, chat, I'm literally not going to be able to do this. Yes! Yes! Very good. GG! Chat! I couldn't do the black and white one. Dude, why did... I do that? DE has some really strange Easter eggs. There's a couple new ones. We need in plain sight. We need max ammo. We need a time-stopping gobblegum. So chat, this new Easter egg, this first side Easter egg that we're gonna be doing, this one was actually recently discovered. It was discovered like last year, and it's a wild one. If you have to. Let's see it here. You have to repair 2 windows with the MR6, and then repair 2 with the RK5, and then you buy the Shiva, and then you will see a developer's picture inside of their Eisendrache. Okay, gamers. We need a homie to come out of this window. I repeat, calling in all zombies. We gotta restart. Can I get an RNG? Okay, bottom 2 gaming. There's one in there. There's one in there. GG. Allow the zombies to break down all 5 barriers at the bottom. Build exactly 2 boards on each. Okay, now I have to buy the RK5. Okay. 1, 2, 1. 2. Okay, now I need to buy Shiva and do the last one on all of them. 1. 1. 1. Chat! I messed up! I forgot about that one, GG. 1! Now we purchase the RK5. Chat! We did it! Oh my god, guys! GG. GG, guys. We did it. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Honestly, really good Easter egg. I really like that Easter egg. The next one we're doing, boys, we have to do the wall running free gun, the disco Easter egg, the plant Easter egg, the Panzer Claw, the in plain sight skeleton, the plunger, and the DE song gramophone, and the Samantha jingle. That's another side Easter egg, boys. Boys, you guys want me to do another one that a lot of people did not know about? So there's one gramophone. Yep. And then the last gramophone is right here. I may have miscalculated. Okay, boys, free BRM Easter egg. You have to hit all of these in one run. Oh, I did it! Look at it! Free BRM! Okay, we're always gonna have to do the plan Easter egg. Do I know Nanya? Dude, Nanya me go way back, bro. Okay, boys, we can actually do the Wrath of the Ancient Skeleton Gamings. Secondis! Oh!
I was in my ether shot, bro.
Any skeleton lovers? There they are! Oh my dad! Good orchestral gamers, dude. Oh, John, what's the code? No, what's the code? What's the code? Oh, dude. We gotta go bing bada boom. And we gotta take these out. And go bing bada boom.
Entertainment, be sure you hit the Eye of the Dry Ship main Easter egg. By the way, this is a 4-player Easter egg. You do have to have 4 players for this. So, let's go ahead and get started with the first step. So the first thing you can do is head up the stairs in the clock tower and go behind the cogs that are on the clock.
Okay, chat, it's time to count! No, I did not just listen. That's 8:40, it's 8:35. Okay, it's this one, though.
Lester got it Erland in the dash 777777.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won away! Guys, any 934 gamers? Come on over, brother. Yes, chat, we have done it! We have done it! So if I look at my shadow, I'll see a big claw, boys. Let's go! Let's see it. There it is, chat. You guys see it on the shadow? Hold on, I think it's better here. There it is, dude. This is 8. This is 8 p.m. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to stop it right here, right now. Oh, bro. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for D Machina, dude. On to Zetsubo no Sushi, chat. Lex's dog water, chat. No, I'm not, dude. Lex, can I get a kiss? It's gonna be a no. Ah, I'm sucking dick. It's time to activate Zetsubo no Shima music, chat. Let's go XDDD. It's time to be dead again, boys. Chat, Skull of Non-Softweight, best specials weapon? Yes or no, boys? It kinda do be hot though. Okay, chat. Here, free max ammo room. Don't ever forget, free max ammo room. So now, boys, one of the side Easter eggs of this map that's really cool is that you can get. Did you guys know that you can get discounted prices on everything inside?